So, what do you get when you put a thing inside a box? A box troll! This is my review of the film Box Trolls. This is the latest film from Lycola Animation Studios, and I decided to go check it out. And I enjoyed it, but I wanted it to be more than it was. And I'll explain what I mean in a bit. So the film is set in this fictional town. I don't think they ever say the name of it. And it's inhabited by these creatures called box trolls. These little tiny creatures that are really fucking adorable and they like to build things. And one day it's reported that they kidnapped this boy and they think they ate the boy. So the box trolls are declared as a threat and there's a curfew enforced placed upon the town. And the box trolls are hunted down. But here's the thing. The box trolls actually didn't eat the boy. In fact, they're raising him as his own, and they called him Eggs because he's wearing this box that I guess held eggs, which is weird. Why do you put eggs in boxes and not cartons? I don't know. But anyway, so they raise him as their own. Sorry, I just remembered something for later. So, anyway, so time goes by and the box trolls are gradually being captured. And eventually, it gets to the point where Eggs needs to do something. He's especially afflicted when a box troll really close to him gets captured. So, Eggs sets out to find his friends and rescue them. And the film isn't bad. I mean, I did enjoy it. It was pretty cute and charming. Especially the early on, when there isn't a whole lot of dialogue and they're doing a lot of show don't tell. That was really good. And there were some dramatic moments. The characters were generally pretty enjoyable. Really good voice acting. Really good voices, really good design. And the animation was fantastic. Love the animation on the town. Love the animation on the characters. Every character has this really cool, unique design. And the box trolls overall looked great and were charming. And stop motion in general is just amazing. When you consider just how much goes into it and the fact that it looks as good as it does, you need to really appreciate just how much time it must have taken the animators to make all of this and get it to work. So I really need to applaud the animators in that. Once again outdid themselves animation-wise. But, unfortunately, the story isn't that good. I mean, it's not a bad story. It's just, I've seen it before. It's a very familiar story, especially if you're old, like a teenager or adult. You've heard this kind of story countless of times, and it's very generic and very cliche in the film. Unlike other recent animated films like Frozen, the Lego Movie, it doesn't really do anything interesting with the story. It just sort of gives you these creatures that we think are dangerous, but they're not, mixed with the plot of Disney's Tarzan, and it's very, very familiar. And it didn't hurt the film. Again, I did enjoy it. I thought it was kind of cute, but it prevented me from loving the film as much as I wanted to. The film moved very slow. It felt longer than it was. And a lot of that, it wasn't because the film is moving slow. It's moving at a very fine pace. It's just, it feels slow because I've heard this story before. And I know more or less what's going to happen. It's very predictable. Nothing in this film really surprised me. I'm like, oh, they're going to do the scene where, no, it's not going to be this easy. We're going to have something's going to happen. We're going to mope and dope for a bit. Oh, no, that something's going to happen. They're going to get saved at the last second. Oh, no, the bad guy's going to do his last stand thing. Just a lot of moments in this film, I was literally just sitting there predicting what's going to happen, and it happened. There was a lot of just me waiting for the moments to happen that I knew were going to happen. And that's really annoying, because I did not want that to happen. I really wanted there to be a bit more to the story, and unfortunately there wasn't. And when I consider just the fact that Lycola has made films with more original stories, like Paranorman, if you ever see it, it has a very original last third. So to see this film just sort of be tell a very familiar story was annoying. But again, what makes it engaging is one, the characters are very enjoyable, albeit a little cliche, and the animation is really charming. Again, I'm just a little let down that there wasn't more of the story, because the film doesn't have the kind of punch or lasting appeal that it would have if it had done something more original. Ironically, this film doesn't think outside the box much. See what I did there? And in regards to whether I'd recommend it, if you want to go see it, fine. It's an enjoyable film. Just don't expect like the greatest animated film of this year. It's not the Lego Movie. It's not Frozen. It's a fun little movie, but it's nothing like amazing or fantastic. And again, part of my opinion might just be I just want to give you a bit of context for how I saw this. For one, the screening I went to was late at night because I wanted to go see the 3D screen, which it adds a bit to the film. It adds a bit more depth, but you don't need to go all out if you don't want to. It really doesn't add as much as I thought it would. So don't feel like you need to go see it in 3D. But anyway, the 3D screen was later than the 2D screen, and there weren't that many people. Maybe there probably would have been more at the 2D screening. But yeah, it was a pretty quiet crowd. Like, maybe if I had gone to, like, an earlier screening, I would have gotten more people and laughs. Because Lego Movie, when I saw that movie, it had a pretty big crowd, and there were a lot of laughs and cheers, and oh my gosh, Lego Movie is so awesome. But yeah, again, if you want to go see the film, go see it. Just don't expect something great. I mean, this isn't like the film. You don't need to rush out to Fears to see it. You can wait until it comes out on DVD to watch it. But I would recommend going to see it just to support stop motion, just to support the medium. It's a medium I very much enjoy and want to see continue. And, especially given that hand-drawn animation is no longer getting feature films anymore, at least in America, I don't want to see something similar happen to stop motion. For as much as this wasn't a great film, I still did enjoy it, and I don't want to see stop motion go away. I mean, Leica, as of right now, they are the only animation studio that's releasing feature stop motion films. I mean, Aardman does as well, but I don't know what's going on with them. I mean, their last film was Pirates, and I don't know if they're still making films for Sony Pictures Animation, but they don't have, like, a consistency. Whereas, like, if you go onto their website, like, you can see they have a lot of plans. So I'd recommend going to see this just to support stop motion, if anything. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm going to have a link to my written review in the description, so if you want a more in-depth perspective on what I thought of the film, you can go check it out there. And also, I'm going to have links to my reviews of the other two films Leica has done, Coraline and Paranorman, if you're curious what I thought of those. And in case you're wondering how I think this film stacks up to Coraline and Paranorman was good. I felt like Paranorman's story had a bit more to it. So even though its characters were a little two-dimensional, it did make up for it in the story. And Coraline, I just think, was exceptional. Amazing. Like, if you want to know my thoughts on Coraline, just read my review. And I guess another reason why I'm a little disappointed by it is just because I went and saw Sin Fears, and I tend to realize that the films I go and see in theaters are the more it bothers me. Like, because, like, if I'm watching something at home or on Netflix and it's just, it doesn't tend to bother me as much. Especially if it's a kid's movie, because kids' movies are only an hour and a half, and if I'm watching it at home, it's not like I wasted a lot of my time. Whereas movie theater, it's like I have to go, I have to get out there, sit down, watch the movie, and then come back here. And it's a bit more of a process. I mean, it's already like 1 in the morning where I'm at. So yeah, it takes a lot of time. So if I'm not entirely satisfied, it's going to bum me out a lot more than if I just saw this film at home. But again, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's fun, but I wanted it to be more. I want it to be that super special film. But again, no, it's a good film. I have no doubt it. I haven't seen the reviews yet, but I can't see them being too harsh. And again, it's probably going to get a nomination for Best Animated Film. So that's all I have to say. So stick around, mainly if you want to just hear my thoughts on the trailers. I thought I'd do this real quick. Let's see. I'm going to try and remember what trailers there were. There weren't that many. There was this film coming out in January. I forget the name of it. It has, I forget, some famous African actor. It's like one of those based off of true stories, although it's like some film about building stuff. I can't remember the name of it. If I do, I'll put the name of it in the annotations. But it doesn't look very good. It's coming out in January. I got the trailer for Annie again. I've been getting that trailer a lot lately, and yeah, I still stand by it. Looks really stupid and generic. Like they keep, although I feel like the trailers they just change. It was a different trailer. Like I feel like they changed the footage slightly, but at times I feel like they've been running the same trailer for months. It's like ridiculous. Like Sony really wants me to go see this movie, but I don't think I'll see it. It looks cute, but I don't know, it just feels like a cash grab. Let's see what else. There's the Paddington movie. I mean, I don't know what to make of it. The trailers for it have been pretty good. I mean, it looks cute and innocent enough. I mean, the CGI and the bear is pretty good. And again, trailers really haven't done that much. I guess it'll just be a fun holiday movie. And I think that was it in regards to live action movies. I can't recall anything else. They showed some animated films. I got Box Trolls. The animation looks really good. I'm a little concerned whether or not the story will be any good, but I am curious to see it. I won't check it out in theaters unless I hear amazing things about it. If I do, I'll probably go see it, but if not, probably won't. Big Hero 6 looks really cool. Like, especially the animation. The robot looks cool. The villain looks sick. Like, it really has this cool... It's very interesting to see Disney tackle this anime style, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Surprisingly, I didn't get the trailer for Madagascar Penguins. I thought I would get... No, Penguins in Madagascar. I thought I would get that trailer, but I didn't. I'm surprised. Although I did get the trailer for the SpongeBob movie, which looks so fucking stupid. Like, oh my gosh. Like, that movie looks so fucking stupid. And that's all I have to say on Box Trolls. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Did you see Box Trolls? And if so, what do you think of it? Please comment and let me know. And as always, like, dislike, comment, subscribe. And this is JStar260. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care.